industry group. This question did drop in during your segment, but Corey, you're welcome to chime in as well. But what security comes bundled with SD-WAN solutions, and is that sufficient to protect one's branches?
Well, I think the question, if I understood it correctly, was what security is available for branch offices, right? That comes bundled with things like maybe SD-WAN or some of those branch office solutions. So I think so. Typically, branch offices, if they are not hairpinning data back to data centers, they're not doing VPN. They may have some sort of a small footprint of a security stack. It could be next-gen firewall, maybe a small firewall in place, but that's about it. And or they may be using some sort of web proxy or web gateway. There are SD-WAN providers that offer like basic firewall capabilities as part of their solution. But I think the challenge with branch office security is that because these are small footprints and because they don't have a big staff, IT staff, so to speak, in those branch offices, it's not cost effective to do that. They do end up compromising on security a little bit, right? Like I said, they may have a basic firewall. It could be embedded as part of the SD-WAN, but it doesn't always protect against kind of a broad range of threats. And things like the DNS-based data exfiltration or some of the advanced threats could be very well easily missed. So that's kind of where we are at in terms of branch office security.
Thank you so much. And Corey, the specific question that was added when it dropped in during your segment, if one was looking to build a threat intelligence program, where is a sensible starting point?
My starting point, or where I seek to define first, is what is it that you seek to achieve with the introduction of threat intelligence? So who are your customers and your stakeholders who you're seeking to support? Understand what are the decisions that they need to make in order to ensure the security of the organization. And then once you understand that, then start to appropriately scale your security, your threat intelligence team. So if you understand that you are potentially concerned with loss of credentials, ensuring that you have the means in order to collect and action information on lost or compromised credentials. If you're seeking to use, such dark or monitor the dark web, assure what is the purpose of this monitoring of the dark web, what are the decisions in which that you would potentially make if you were to identify some potential threat, and then what are the actions, and then first and foremost, knowing your environment. So it is, I and my team receive a significant amount of data and information on various different threats on a daily basis. So hundreds of emails, a lot of information flowing into our threat intelligence platform, identifying or what various different vendors identify as a threat. But in order to understand what is a specific threat to you, you have to understand how does it apply. So you have to apply the so what thought process. Okay, if I don't understand, if I don't know my environment, if I receive information about threat actors seeking to exploit a critical vulnerability, but I have no means of understanding if that vulnerability exists in my environment, how do I appropriately apply, or who should I care about that threat? So that's where you start off. You start off by defining who your stakeholders are. What are the things that they care about? What are the things that potentially keep them up at night? Then identify means that you can plug in to understand your environment, and then focus on understanding who are the adversaries that you should care about and what is the information that you should collect.